In South India, the line between the silver screen and the polling booth is often invisible. Massive cinematic stardom translates directly into real-world political power. There is a long history of this. Legendary figures like M.G. Ramachandran leveraged their on-screen popularity to transition into the role of chief minister. But what if someone didn't want to wait for the next superstar to naturally emerge? What if a wealthy kingmaker decided to manufacture a political god entirely from scratch? Enter Selvam. He is a hyper-wealthy landlord who owns thousands of acres of property, and he views politicians a bit differently than most. To him, they aren't independent leaders. They are assets to be controlled. Selvam's ultimate objective is to engineer the perfect political puppet. By fully backing and creating a candidate from the ground up, he and his network of investors can rule the entire state by proxy. Every investment needs raw material. That material is Gulkand, a struggling, socially awkward actor living out of a cramped rental in Mumbai, taking whatever minor roles he can get. Selvam spots him on set and operates exactly like a venture capitalist finding an undervalued startup. He sees Gulkand's raw acting talent as a highly lucrative, unshaped investment. The grooming process begins immediately. Selvam funds Gulkand's entire lifestyle, coaches him to project charisma, and buys his massive leading roles. This influx of capital secures his place on every billboard. Gulkand becomes an overnight cinematic sensation, backed by fans who treat his every appearance like a religious event. At this point, Gulkand believes he is living a miraculous fairy tale. He is entirely unaware that his wealthy benefactor is simply fattening him up for a political slaughter. Years pass, and Gulkand reaches the absolute peak of his cinematic career. With his influence maximized, Selvam decides it's finally time to cash in his long-term investment. They announce the grand launch of Gulkand's own political party. The marketing hook is simple. The beloved outsider is stepping up to clean the filth out of the political system. In reality, the campaign is smoke and mirrors. When reporters arrive to interview the new candidate, Gulkand delivers thoughtful answers because Selvam's team wrote them down beforehand and handed the media the questions. They execute highly specific public stunts. When police block a road, Gulkand dramatically exits his car to pray right in the middle of the street, feigning profound humility in front of the cameras. These meticulous manipulations successfully construct a flawless man-of-the-people narrative. The voters see a savior, while the corporate machinery operating him remains entirely hidden. This sudden rise terrifies the current chief minister, who quickly retaliates by launching income tax raids and legally stalling Gulkand's upcoming movie releases. Selvam responds with a ruthless counter-strategy. He secretly hires vicious thugs to stage fake assassination attempts on Gulkand, weaponizing the attacks to harvest a massive wave of public sympathy. Selvam approaches corrupt businessmen and politicians, raising a staggering 55 crore slush fund. This vast sum has a specific purpose: to literally buy citizens' votes, handing out 1,000 rupees to every person willing to cast their ballot for Gulkand. As the cash prepares to hit the streets, Gulkand finally realizes the truth. His entire savior persona is a carefully designed Trojan horse, built solely to help his investors loot the state's coffers once he takes office. The day of the official party launch arrives. The investors and a massive crowd of citizens eagerly await the speech of their manufactured leader. But Gulkand never steps up to the microphone. Instead, a pre-recorded video plays on the massive screens, with Gulkand falsely claiming he has a terminal illness and must withdraw from the race. He uses the platform to reveal the mechanics of the deception. He details how the assassination attempts were staged by his own team and outlines the massive corporate operation designed to buy the election. He saves his sharpest critique for the audience itself. Gulkand directly blames the voters, calling them out for eagerly selling their democratic rights to the highest bidder for a cheap, one-time handout. The political asset didn't quietly slip out the back door. By exposing both the corrupt politicians and the greedy voters, he actively burned down the entire puppet theater. The immediate fallout is pure financial panic. The political startup collapses overnight, and furious investors demand their millions back from Selvam. The financial ruin leads to a total collapse of loyalty. With the slush fund gone and the campaign dead, Selvam's own son and the enraged investors turn on him, ending the landlord's life in the very chaos he helped create. In the quiet aftermath, Gulkand's phone rings. It's the real chief minister, impressed by the chaos, offering him a highly lucrative, secure spot in the existing political establishment. Gulkand simply smiles, hangs up the phone, and walks away. He chooses to return to acting instead, preferring the honest illusion of making movies over the dark reality of politics. Gulkand signs 10 new movie contracts and withdraws from public life completely. In a system where the kingmakers and the voters have both accepted a price for their integrity, Gulkand's only way to win was to stop being a player in their game.